Hello dear friends and soulmates, you're highly welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be learning how to make this beautiful cowl neck top. It is very easy, very simple and beginner friendly with a stylish um, neck design at the back. Okay, so you can see the beautiful neck line on the back. And if this is what you love to learn how to make, please, I encourage you to watch this video to the end. Okay, so this video is very easy and is very beginners friendly, and it's also very detailed. Trust me on this. All right, so let's get into work. Now I have the fabric here, which is just about 1 yard with few inches. It's just some few inches above 1 yard of fabric. That's what I'm going to be using to make this beautiful cowl neck top. Okay, so you can see my fabric on my table, and I went on to cut out just the length that I'm going to be working with. Okay, so that is what I have here, as you can see. So what I'm marking is placing my tape on the shoulder line. I'm marking my chest line, my bust point line, and my waist. Okay, so these are the line you see me marking here, and I'll go on and label those lines. All right, so we're not going to be needing any paper, any pattern for this project. It's directly cut out on the main fabric. All right, so I went on to label our shoulder, chest, bust point, and waist. Then of course the other part is the length. So the next thing I'm doing here is to measure and mark my shoulder divided by 2 up to the chest line as well, and I came down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. Then divide the armhole line to 2 to mark the midpoint, and measure my bust circumference divided by 4 and mark it on the chest line. And I'm connecting right now for the armhole curve. So after doing that, the next thing I'm doing is to mark my neck width, which is 3 inches. Okay, then I am going to connect the shoulder slope from that 3 inches neck width. Then after connecting my shoulder slope to the 3 inches neck width, I am going to go on to mark my bodice. Now note that the part we are drafting right now is the back part. All right, so after drafting this back part, we are going to be using it to draft the front part. So I mark my waist circumference divided by 4, my hip circumference divided by 4, and I connected them. Then I also impute my allowance to it since we are cutting on the main fabric. Then I'm going to mark my neck depth for the back, and I'm using just 2 inches for the neck depth for the back. And after marking that, I went on to connect it, as you can see. All right, so after doing this, I am going to mark on the styling that we have, and I came down by 3 inches and went in by 0.75, and I'm just going to make this shape. Okay, like kind of let's say oval shape, something like that. And that is what I have, and I'm going ahead to cut out. Like I said, after cutting out, it will be time for us to cut out the front part. Okay, so I'm getting another fabric folded into 2, and that's what we're going to be using for the front part. Okay, so uh I'm going to ensure that I arrange it very well in a way that I have a distance of about 8 inches from the center front around the neckline to the folded part. Okay, so that is what you see me doing here. I am arranging it to ensure that I have that inches around there. Okay, so and also make sure that this point now is matching up exactly on the folded part. Okay, then here now, like I said, from this center front, the neckline here, I am going to ensure that I have 8 inches from here now to the folded part. Okay, so that is what I have, and I'm just going to place my ruler like this to this beginning the shoulder line here, and I'm going to connect. Then I also mark here to show that This is where our neckline started. Okay, can you see it? Then I'll also go up here about for about 3 inches. Okay, I went up about 3 inches and I'm connecting it to that neckline as well. Okay, towards the shoulder here. So I will go on and trace the rest of the part, and after tracing the rest of the part, I will go on and cut out. Okay, so if you want it to be deeper, you're just going to make sure that this 8 inches, you make it like 9 inches or 10. But if you don't want it to be too deep, this 8 inches I measured from the neckline to the folded part, you can make yours 7 inches. All right, then I went on to cut out. Then when I got to the neckline where the shoulder line started, I notched it. Okay, I placed a notch there to show that this is where the shoulder line started. I don't know if you get me. Just where we cut our neck with, that is where I notched. Okay, this point here now, you can see the notch, right? Then I'm going to open it up like this for you to see what we have. Okay, so making a cowl top is very easy. It's very simple. It's very easy. It's just for you to know the way to achieve that. You can see the neck, the cowl neck has already formed. You can see it already, and this one formed very well. It came out perfectly well. Okay, so this is what I have now. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take the measurement of my armhole line, and I'll proceed to cut my sleeve. Okay, so I am going to do that off the camera because it's just a simple basic sleeve with a little pleat at the on the shoulder. Okay, the sleeve will have pleat, that's what I mean. All right, so now after that I'm going to get to the sewing machine so that we can start joining. Now if you're coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Mercy and this is Mercy Posh Stitches. So this neckline now, I didn't dip it because we're still going to use sewing allowance to make it bigger than what it is. All right, so like I said, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Mercy and this is Mercy Posh Stitches. So here on this channel, I teach sewing, I teach pattern drafting. I basically teach people how to sew, how to cut, how to neatly finish and everything. So what I do here is everything about sewing, trendy styles, latest styles, and styles that are very gorgeous, cute and beautiful. These are the style I put out here on this channel. So you're welcome, and don't forget to watch my videos to the end and subscribe if you have not done so. So I went on to cut my button holder. I just cut out like 3 inches of the fabric, 3 inches by 1 inch, and I'm going to fold, you know, the way we normally fold our rope, like lacing rope, all of that. I'm going to fold it and sew it, and I'm going to be using it as button holder. Okay, as button holder. I don't know what you call it, but I know it as button holder. So that is what I'm sewing. Okay, so after sewing it, we are going to use it to place on the back neckline, because this blouse, since it doesn't have zipper, it should have buttons so that, you know, even if it doesn't have this style at the back, it's still okay, but the style enhances the beauty. So I placed it, ensuring that I place it away from the neckline like 1 inch or 0.75 or 0.5 inches, sorry, 0.75 or 0.5 inches, and I went on to stitch it down. Okay, so you have to make sure that you leave allowance where that you use and turn the neckline. So you can see it's even 1/4 inch that I left there. It was not even up to 1/2 inch. So that means I'm going to use 1/4 inch to turn the neckline for the back. So I'm going to go on to pipe that opening on the back. That's just what I'm doing on the back neckline. I am going to pipe it. Okay, so I'll sew, then I will notch properly, top stitch, then I'll go on to pipe it. All right, So I'm going to take my time to pipe it so that it comes out neatly and bring out the shape of the style we made there. Okay, that kind of oval style. So I'm going to pipe it neatly and I'm going to show you what we have. Okay, so I was done piping and this is what I have. You can see, remember I told you that when we sew is going to kind of increase the size because of sewing allowance. So now I'll pipe the rest of the neckline for this back, and after doing that I'm going to show you what we have. Okay, so I'm going to use the remaining allowance to turn it, okay, to turn the neckline. All right, so I'll do that, then I'll show you what we have. So I was done doing that, and sorry, after I was done doing that, I am going to join the shoulders. Okay, I'm going to join the two shoulders, the shoulder for the front and the back. Okay, so I also turned the neckline for the front. So what I did is that I cut out a strip. I used it to turn that neckline starting from one notch, shoulder notch here, okay, and all the way to the other notch. Okay, so from one notch to another is our neckline. Do you understand? So I also pipe it, as you can see. Then what I'm going to do now is to place them right side facing right side, and I'm going to proceed to join the shoulder. Okay, so after joining these two shoulders, I will show you the next thing we are going to be doing. Okay, so I always stress the importance of watching a video to the end. Watching a video to the end will do you more good than skipping and fast forwarding all the time. Fast forwarding, because there will be some parts that there is an important information on, but because of skipping you might not get the information. So I always encourage you, my dear friends, to always watch a tutorial to the end. It's going to help you a lot because I'm talking from experience. It has helped me in the past when I was a fashion student. I was always coming to watch YouTube videos, and it really helped me. It really helped me. So don't just skip videos, especially important tutorials like this. Ensure you watch it to the end, okay, so that you get all the whole information. So I was done with the hand. As you can see, I went on to attach the sleeve, and what I'm going to do now is to join the side. Okay, I'm going to join the side with my measurement. All right, so I'll secure my pin first, and I'm going to mark my measurement of about um 2 inches all the way, and I will join. Okay, so after joining, I am going to take it to my overlocker. That is my weaving machine, and weave the inside neatly, and I will also hem the down parts neatly as well. Then I will give it a very good press, and I will definitely show you what it look like again. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do now, and I'll show you what I have. Okay, so this is it after I was done joining the side, and I'll give it a very good press, and I'm also going to fix my button to the neckline for the back, and this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. You can see that our top is very cute. It's very cute, and as you saw, it's just simple to make. In minutes you've made this. So if you're into ready to wear, this is a shop lock for you. You can make these in different colors with different fabrics, and you're going to sell massively because this top is very beautiful and gorgeous. You can see me rocking it with my pants. Thank you so much. I look forward to see you some other time. Take care of yourself, and bye.